It's Monday, December 8th, and this is Middle Lot. Happy Monday and welcome to Middle Lot. First off, in world news, we got this guy. Supposedly, this guy is the Mumbai mastermind. This guy is the guy who orchestrated all that crap. And look how smart he looks. This guy was caught with 12 other dudes in some Pakistani raids. His name is Zakir Rahman Lakvi. I don't really care what his name is. All I care is that they caught him. Pakistan's actually working with us. That's kind of a big surprise. What the heck is up with that? They've always been real secretive and not really wanting to help. They claim that India's planning to attack them. First off, during the Mumbai attack, they had 500 guns in the whole city. That's a big city. 500 guns. And they're going to attack you, Pakistan? Anyway, what's important is that they actually got this guy and the 12 other people. What I'm worried about is, are these guys going to go to Gitmo, or is Pakistan going to hold them? Obviously, it's not under U.S. rules, so I'm sure they won't be going to Gitmo. But what the heck's going to happen to these guys? And third, where the heck is Osama bin Laden? Mumbai was 2 weeks ago? And they already got this guy. And Osama bin Laden's supposedly in Pakistan too. Where the heck is he? It's been 7 years. The September 11 suspects plead guilty in full. And the mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, I don't care what these guys' names are, and 4 co-defendants offered in a Guantanamo Bay courtroom to plead guilty to charges that could lead to the death penalty. Which, to me, I'm thinking, death penalty? Isn't that what they were setting out to do in the first place? Don't they think that they get 70 virgins or something? And these guys want to be martyrs, so what's the deal? Either way, this was the first time that the victims' families were allowed to be in the courtroom. But I don't think these guys even care. I'm really just disappointed. I really don't even want to see the death penalty. I feel they deserve it, but at the same time, they don't care. They want to die and become martyrs. I think that we should just put them away for life. During a weekend conference, President-elect Obama responded to reports of a large nationwide run-up in gun sales. 38% more firearms were sold in November 2008 than they did in November 2007. Now, I'm having to ask, do you think the rise in gun sales is because Joe Biden said there would be an imminent attack if Barack was elected? Why are people buying so many guns? Really though, a lot of people are worried that Barack is going to eliminate some of the gun rights and take away automatic weapons and all this, so they're buying up guns. I totally support the Second Amendment, and I don't know what's going to happen here, but leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Haven't these people been messed with already? And don't we want law-abiding citizens handling the guns that we do have in the country? If you take it away from them, the only ones left are the criminals. We may be close to seeing a bailout for the big 3 automakers. $15 billion deal is very likely to be hammered out by the end of the day that would keep Detroit's big 3 car makers rolling at least into early next year. $15 billion, though, is supposed to come from funds that Congress had already approved for the car manufacturers to help finance fuel-efficient technology. So it's not quite so bad. The White House has resisted calls to give the industry a loan with the money allocated for the Troubled Asset Relief Fund, or TARP. TARP. Kind of sounds like cover your own butt. In tech news, Walmart says they may sell the iPhone 3G this month, just in time for the Christmas rush. Rumors have Walmart selling the iPhone 3G with 4 gigabytes of storage for $99. I'm not really sure if I like this or not. First off, I like having an iPhone and being able to say that I have an iPhone, and now if it goes on sale for $99 and 4 gigs, everybody's going to have it and it ain't going to be special no more. But I'm just kidding. I don't really even like to show off. Walmart said they will have 2 versions of the iPhone by December 15th. Now, we don't know if this is going to be a 4 gigabyte and 8 gigabyte version, the 16 and 8 gigabyte version like normal, or even if they would throw in a whammy and have the 16 gigabyte and 32 gigabyte versions. Not really sure. I'm thinking maybe they're probably going to go with the 4 gigabyte and have the 8 gigabyte. This will allow for people to have this better deal and allow iPhone to expand across different economic spectrums. Obama loves the internet. Again, pledging his commitment to technology, Barack Obama said December 6th that investing heavily in computers and broadband connections for schools and hospitals would be part of his immediate economic recovery plan after he takes office on January 20th. Obama said during his weekly address over the radio and the internet to make the single largest new investment in national infrastructure since the creation of the federal highway system in the 1950s. In addition to infusing school districts and the healthcare industry with federal IT dollars, the plan also includes a massive effort to make public buildings and schools more energy efficient. Thank God we're finally getting somewhere. Okay, Michiganders, it's time for the local news. If you live in Michigan, there's a good chance you're unemployed. Well, don't feel alone. You can join the unemployment line with this guy. That's right. Wood TV8 canned Larry Nienhuis this weekend. Apparently, Nienhuis, who has co-anchored the evening newscast with Suzanne Jihas since 2005, will not have his contract extended. The release cited the extremely challenging conditions in which the nation finds itself. Just another tragedy of this economy. General Manager Diane Nowski said his contract expired November 30th, and Friday was his last day. She refused to comment on the departure, and Nienhuis did not respond to a phone call seeking comment. Sorry, Larry. Larry Nienhuis, you were an awesome anchor. I really enjoyed your newscast. Gonna miss you, man. Our next story comes from Detroit. And I want to make sure that I say Detroit, because otherwise you wouldn't expect this. Police say they raided a sex for cash party involving 19 adult female prostitutes and 2 16-year-old girls, including the hostess' daughter. The woman's daughter was taken into protective custody. The other 16-year-old was released to her parents. Everybody else was ticketed and let go. I just want to say, A, you really got to turn your daughter out? And B, why do I always hear about these parties after they get busted? The middle eye question of the day is apology better than jail time? Grand Rapids City Commissioner David LeGrand said a new program he has been pushing can cut crime, reduce the need for jail space, and save taxpayers money. It's called restorative justice, a process that helps crime victims and criminals come to terms while spending less time and money in the court system. The program also can keep offenders out of jail if they're willing to take responsibility for their crimes and make amends with their victims. I kind of like the idea of people for small crimes being able to reconcile, and if the victim is able to forgive them, then so be it. What do you think? Video and text response accepted. Last, I want to end on a serious note. Right now, friends mourn Evan Dame, victim of a crash with a Wayland police officer. After the accident Saturday, Evan was taken to DeVos Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids, where he died Sunday afternoon. Austin Robler remains in serious condition as well. Both teens were in the back seat of a car driven by Evan's 16-year-old brother, Brett Dame. They were struck by the cruiser driven by Deputy David Miller. Miller was responding to an emergency call of a suicidal man with a gun. He was using the car's strobe lights and siren. Evan had wanted to be a veterinarian and hoped to play in school sports. I ask that you keep Evan Dame's family and friends in your prayers, and also Austin Robler and his family as he faces a long recovery process at Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital in Grand Rapids. This has been Middle Eye. Be sure to check out our blog page at middleeye.blogspot.com. It's been a pleasure being with you guys today. Tune in, comment, rate, subscribe. Hope to see you again soon.